Hi, I'm Tina Ann Middleton, author of the Forestville series. I would like to welcome you today to the writing journey, where we inspire and encourage each other in the craft of writing. In the last episode, I shared with you about one of my favorite authors. Who are your favorite authors? You know, writers should be readers. We talked about that in a previous episode. So, what genres do you enjoy? What writers just draw you in and make you want to buy all of their books? Last week, I shared with you about Lenora Worth. Today, I'd like to talk to you about another one of my favorites, Dee Henderson. Dee is a very versatile writer. She writes both nonfiction and fiction. I've mostly read her fiction. And in the fiction, she writes romance, books such as God's Gift, or I have another one of them here, The Marriage Wish. And this one is about a man who, on his birthday, makes a wish that he would find the right woman to marry. She writes romantic suspense, which, as I've told you, is one of my favorite, actually not one of, that is my favorite genre. She writes a lot of series. Her recent ones are like the Evie Blackwell Cold Cases. Or another series, it has like Full Disclosure, Taken. I haven't seen a series name for it, but the characters are... You see the same characters in some of the books, in each of the books, I should say. Now, I have two series that I discovered a long time ago. When our girls were little, I used to take them to the library a lot. They were homeschooled, and the library was a big part of our homeschooling. So while they played and they picked out books, I filled my bag with books. And that's where I discovered Dee Henderson. And I discovered her Uncommon Heroes series, which is about, and each of the heroes is in a different branch of our military or serving in a different way in our country. Very suspenseful, a lot of twists and turns. And then my absolute favorite is the O'Malley series. I discovered this one during a time when money was kind of tight. So, and I would check the books out from the library. But when I find a book I like, I will buy it. I will keep it. I have to buy it. The library does get a little upset if you keep their books. So they were gifts. I would tell my husband, I want these books. I'd get it from the library and show him. Next birthday, Christmas, anniversary, whatever. I want one of these. I want this one. So over the years, I have collected her Uncommon Heroes series and the O'Malley series. And I have read them over and over and over, and I enjoy them just as much the dozenth time as I did the first time. Maybe even more, because I know what's coming, but I still enjoy getting there. She is a best-selling author. Dee has had several titles on the USA Today bestseller list. She has been on the New York Times bestseller list with one of her more recent books, Full Disclosure. So again, why do I enjoy her books so much? Dee's characters are so real. The plot is engaging. It just, from the very beginning, it pulls you along. You want to see what's going to happen next. What is this person going to do? Not just the good guys. You want to know what the bad guys are about to do too. Who is this bad guy? What's he up to? What's he going to do to our hero or our heroine? And it's exciting. and easy for me to get lost in those books. And like I said, from first time to 100th time, I still get lost in the books. Even knowing what's coming, I can just stay there. So the plot pulls me in. The characters are very engaging and real. You can see that Dee has done her research. She knows her stuff in here. And it's just incredible to read sometimes. And I know that sounds like I'm doing a commercial for her. I'm not. I find a favorite book and I'm going to recommend it, or a favorite series. This is one of my favorite series. I've even tried to imagine other books, but I couldn't write it the same way Dee does because she has her own style, just as I have my own. Each of us has our style. We don't need to copy another writer. We need to do the style that's our own. Dee Henderson has hers, and the other authors I'll be talking to you about, they have theirs. And each of them, there's something special that draws me in and makes me want to stay in those books. Who draws you in? What authors make it easy for you to get lost in there and not want to come back out? Dee Henderson's style of writing is one that draws me in and makes me want to stay. Makes me want to keep the books, reread them, recommend them to others. When I read an author like this, it makes me want to work on my writing, to smooth it, polish it, make it better, so that my books will draw people in. Whoever it is that inspires you, learn from that author and keep writing. You have a great week.